In a city known for its bourbon and mint juleps, on one day in 2022, my life changed forever when I set out with my last paycheck from working in a dish pit to start a new sober bar in town. One that would become the Bluegrass State's original Kava Lounge. With every last dollar I had, I started a portable bar, including a bicycle cart and later a bicycle delivery service. And at a time when a lot of other vendors in Louisville were going brick and mortar, less than a year after my pop-up Kava bar opened, I was serving Kava within 4 walls, a couple miles from the racetrack, where although a lot more people are still drinking mint juleps on race day, I believe that one day there will be a Kava Row in Louisville that rivals Bourbon Row. Kava affects the GABA receptors in the brain, sparking creativity, euphoria, and an overall sense of calm. The latest studies have suggested that traditional style Kava, when drank, can even help treat PTSD, as I've heard stories from some of my own customers, veterans, and people from other walks of life, including myself, who struggle with near-death experiences. Kava can be very medicinal, and it's no wonder these studies have revealed that. This is the origin story of Kava. On various islands in Oceania, it is observed as the link between this world and the spirit realm. See, according to Vanuatu folklore, long ago there had lived a young brother and his sister on one of the islands to the north. One night the boy had to protect his sister from an angry man who wished to marry her, but to whom she refused. During the fight involving her brother, the sister's rejected suitor killed the girl with a bow and arrow. With deep sadness, the girl's brother carried her body home to dig a grave and bury her. After a week of mourning often by the burial, the brother noticed an unfamiliar plant began to grow. A year passed, with the brother unable to overcome the loss of his sister, still mourning regularly there, and noticing the strange plant growing strong still at the gravesite. One day he found a rat gnawing at the roots of the mysterious plant, later acting intoxicated and falling over dead too. The boy then wanted to end his sorrow by consuming copious amounts of the root, but after doing so, instead he fell into a trance, forgetting all about his sorrows and turning to a life of pure bliss. So the brother then kept returning to eat these magic roots and spread his knowledge of their great powers. Other islands have their own similar stories of how Kava first came into the world, entwined with magical capabilities instilled by the spirit realm, and to this day is still used ceremonially. It is known as a great root of peace, said that there can be no fighting when Kava is around, after settling many feuds between the tribal warriors of Oceania. Shortly after launching my business is when I found out about this great folklore surrounding the origin of Kava. Right around the same time, I was beginning to make a name for myself as a folklorist, and specifically that of haunted folklore. And it's no wonder that Kava aids my paranormal investigations, as I use the plant to its fullest historical potential, communicating with the spirit realm. The Kava Lounge itself has become like a hub for the local music scene, which I really love to see. We even posted up before going brick and mortar at shows, throwing basement shows in my mid-20s. It was kind of a no-brainer, to utilize this space in that way. Giving concert goers, a place where they know there's going to be no alcohol, because a lot of people struggle, people who have been addicted to alcohol or this or that, they know about Kava's harm reduction possibilities, and just being there for that community and more people in general. Since going brick and mortar, it was really amazing to see. Like, it's a whole different crowd compared to like other bars you go to, and having a sober bar, it's really a dream come true. Kava changes lives, it really does. So up until 2002, there weren't even any Kava lounges in the US, and it's amazing to be the first one here in Kentuckiana. It brings in all sorts of incredible people. To give people that space is just a great way to get involved in my community. Like, I don't judge people, and we had a community greeting. It was one of the first events here. A lot of people are facing their demons per se. People who turn to Kava and kratom. Like, these are herbal elixirs on my menu that are really good for harm reduction and building community and just giving people a space to hang out where there's not going to be alcohol, and it's way different community than any other bar in town. It attracts so many different people for so many great reasons. I'm so happy that I discovered Kava when back in 2016. I was working at a natural apothecary at the time, and I might have heard about it before then, but that's when I started first, kind of using it to take days off of alcohol, and I just struggled with using alcohol, abusing alcohol actually, through most of my 20s, and it got to a point where there was a day it just clicked in my mind, like, I've always been drawn to Kava for some reason, like going out to Kava bars in other towns, and it just clicked one day that I need to go down to my local natural apothecary at the time and special order the biggest jug of Kava they could give me. It was Kava extract, and I still use a similar product, in a lot of my Kava tails and smoothies and stuff. And I completely quit drinking with the help of Kava, like so many others have. And this is such an important moment for the Kava industry, that people like us can share our stories, because the plant has been so misunderstood, like misinformation spreading. I've barely gotten any press here, and the press I do get, there was misinformation regarding the effects of Kava, and as more research gets done on the plant and its effects, in the past decade, and especially past few years, mainly in other countries, but it has backed up what the ancient knowledge of the cultures in the South Pacific have known for thousands of years. And it is a true honor and a dream come true to, in a way, with these herbal elixirs, especially Kava, to almost give like magic roots to the bluegrass in a way. And I can't thank everyone enough for their support.